Good evening, everybody, and welcome to TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. We are here in Colchester, Illinois, at the home of the Cyclones, as they are taking on the Elmwood Trojans tonight. Here, a little volleyball action coming your way, of course. John Burton will be on the call for you tonight. One Mr. Will Phelps running the camera. As we're just getting ready to get things started here. Things about to get underway. JoJo's Gaming Parlor offers the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also, on game nights, check out the TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH Events live on the big screen. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street, Bushnell, and cheer the area teams on to victory. Again, this is the JV contest. The varsity contest will follow here later on. I'm being told to hit stop on the, let's see, gotta find the button. There we go. Got it. You're welcome, Mr. Finch. Pulling multiple duties here tonight. Running the PA system, doing starting lineups, of course bringing you guys this live stream, so just trying to get everything figured out once again. This is actually my first time calling a game here in the new building in Colchester. Of course, if you followed us last year or tuned in to any of the West Prairie Sports last year, I covered a lot of the basketball games, volleyball games and such, but first time here covering in this new building. Of course, I did cover it. I believe it was a JV volleyball tournament game of some sort here a year or two ago, back before all the renovations. So definitely nice to be back in this building. And, of course, a lot of rich history here in Colchester, of course, with the volleyball programs. I know it just came out the other night to celebrate Coach Terry Paul's retirement. Be number 12 back, Ren Kellenberger serving for the Trojans. Webster's able to hit that one over. Nice dig on the far side by the Trojans. Set back. That one's going to be hit into the net, and point number one will be for the Cyclones. 1-0 is your score. That'll be Abby Starbuck back serving. Starbuck's serve just barely clears the net. Trojans are able to pop it up. Set towards the middle. Couldn't quite get there in time. They're able to bump it over. Branch sets to the outside for Webster once again, just pushes it through. Trojans are under it. Set back to the far side once again. That one hit a little bit harder, but it'll be too hard, as that was Cheyenne Berg on the attack. Takes that one out of bounds, and it'll be point towards the Cyclones. Starbuck will continue to serve. Nice serve there. Did it catch a line? Not quite. Side out back to the Trojans. Number 20, that's Cheyenne Berg. Once again, we'll be back to serve for them. Of course, if you are here joining us, make sure to get into that live chat. Let us know who you're rooting for, where you're listening to us from, and just your overall enjoyment of the stream. Back row attack from Barkley. Nice attack attempt there, but Trojans able to defend nicely. Branch will set back to the middle. Tap through there. Might have been partially blocked, but it finds a home. That was J.C. Reynoso. Puts the Cyclones up 2. Couple of subs coming in. I believe that'll be Mason Shipman and Madeline Sullivan. Sullivan will be back to serve. Serve from Sullivan. They're going to play that. I thought the basket was supposed to be out of bounds. They're going to say it was in. Cyclones Shipman tips it over. They score the point nonetheless, but basket is definitely out, at least as far as I was aware. Rest will have a quick conversation, I assume, about that exact thing. Score is 4-1. Sullivan back to serve once again after, well, what should have been a service ace, but a point for the Cyclones nonetheless. Got the screen expanded a little bigger there. Didn't quite catch that. A couple black bars there. Hopefully that fixes it. Cyclones pick up the kill on that side. 5-1 now. Cyclones starting to roll. Sullivan still serving. Nice serve there, handling the back row. A little bit of miscommunication there. Number 25, McLean's able to punch it through for the Trojans, and miscommunication on one side, miscommunication on the other. Ball falls between two Cyclones. Bring us to 5-2 now in the first set of this JV game. Shipman sends this one to the far side, trying to find a home fair. Can't quite get it there. Back-to-back points for the Trojans. Brings us to 5-3. Here's a serve from Paige Ryan. Cyclones kind of mishandling the back row. Barkley's able to send the free ball over. Set to the outside for Ramirez. Nice dig by Starbuck. Shipman back out for Webster. Her hit is going to be blocked. Nice defense there by the Trojans. Way to stick with it from the Cyclones. Sullivan, quick set to the middle. Reynoso tips it through. Nice defense there. Tap back over. Barkley's under it. Sullivan will set once again to the outside for Webster. It hits it off the side of her hand. And a pretty nice volley there from both sides. Trojans are able to walk away with that one. 1 point away from tying us up at 5. The serve from, I believe that's Ryan still back there. It sure is. We'll find a home. Service ace for Paige Ryan, the freshman on this JV team. Another nice looking serve there. Starbuck pops it up. Sullivan sets to the back row for Barkley. Nice attack there. Ryan's able to dig it up. Set back to the outside for Ramirez. Tips it up over the blocks. Sullivan's there. Barkley, Shipman pushes it through. Elmwood's under it. And the miss hit there will be a side out for the Cyclones. Able to slow the run down temporarily. Kennedy Webster back serving for the Cyclones now. Nice serve there. That'll be an ace for Kennedy Webster and the Cyclones. Webster back to serve once again. That one overpass. Reynoso tried to send it back the other way. Couldn't quite get that block up in time. Side-out comes back to the Trojans. 7-6 is our score in favor of the Cyclones. That's Centers. Excuse me. That's McLean back serving for the Trojans. Nice attack there from Barkley in the front row. It'll be a Tom Conklin State Farm kill for Alexa Barkley. And that'll bring back J.C. Reynoso, serving for the Cyclones. Serves it deep into the back row. Trojans under it. Kind of a dump there. Free ball. Sullivan pops it up. Shipman sends it through. That's going to land out of bounds. And Cyclones went off to a pretty good start. Was up 5-1, I believe, at one point. But both teams playing pretty even right now. This is Samantha Centers back serving now for the Trojans. The serve from Centers will be mishandled by the Cyclones. That'll be an ace for Centers and the Trojans as they have tied this thing up at 8 here early on in set number 1. Centers, the lefty, back once again to serve. A little bit of a shorter serve that time. Webster's able to play it. Barkley attacks. Nice attempt there, but the Trojans playing some good defense initially, but Shell just wasn't quite able to get to it in time. Couple substitutions as Branch checks into the game, as well as Hendricks on the Cyclone side. Branch will be back to serve. One of the better servers on the Cyclone squad, and that'll be a service ace for Macy Branch. Cyclones up 10-8 now. Branch back to serve once again. Deep serve. Hits the ceiling a couple times, and that'll fall. It'll be a back-to-back service aces for Macy Branch. Cyclones starting to pull away. They're up 11-8. And that one will go into the net. Side out back to the Trojans. Bushnell's only furniture store, M&B Furniture, is a mainstay in the community and offers free delivery within 40 miles. For everything you need to furnish your new home or replenish an old one, stop in and see the fine folks at 41 West Main Street, or find them on Facebook, Instagram, or the web at www.mbfurnitureinc.com. You can also call 309-772-2111. Back to the action here as the Trojans were able to pick up an ace, and the Cyclones pick up a kill. Nice attacking set there for the Cyclones. Barkley will come back to serve. (12-10). Barkley serve. Back into the deep into the back row. That one tapped through by Ryan on the other side. Quick set to the middle for, I believe, yep, that's Madison Adams on the attack, but just a little bit too much. Pretty close to finding a home for that one was Adams. Just couldn't quite get it there. Branch sets up Webster. She'll hit that one off the side of her hand once again. And the Trojans have tied this thing up at 12. 12-12. Neither team really able to get anything going here in set number one, but pretty back and forth contest so far. Starbuck bumps it up for Branch, who can't quite get it set up. That'll be the Trojans' first lead of the game. Comes at 13-12. Rain Kellenberger back serving for the Trojans. Webster handles that one. Bump set back to Webster. Tips it through. Nice diving attempt there. Keeps it alive. Branch sets to the middle. That's Adams on the attack, and she'll hit it out. Trojans up 2 now, and the Cyclones will take a timeout. We'll take one as well. You're listening to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
Back here in Colchester as the Trojans lead the Cyclones 14-12. McDonald District Hospital athletic trainers and the MDH Rehabilitation Center with locations in Bushnell and Macomb provide expert help to all area student athletes in the prevention, care, and rehabilitation of all athletic injuries. Stop in and learn more at mdh.org. McDonald District Hospital, more than hospital care, hospital caring. Back to the action here as both teams now. The attack from Adams hit partially off the block. Set back to the outside for Berg. Her attack will be popped up by Starbuck. Webster sets for Adams. She just tips it up and over. Both teams playing pretty good defense here. I've been pretty impressed by this Trojans defense. They've been able to dig up a lot of balls. Sends their lead out to 3 now. And that serve, no signal yet. They're going to say it was out of bounds. Side out back to the Cyclones, stops the run of the Trojans. Starbuck now serving for the Cyclones. Kellenberger sets to the middle for Ryan. Still no official signal. Went one way, came back the other way. They're going to say it was out. So Starbuck will continue to serve, 15-14. Serve from Starbuck, that one way out of bounds. Side out back to the Trojans. And sorry if the stream is cutting in and out. Not really much we can do about that. We'll try to get something figured out maybe in between games with the internet or something. Just please bear with us. Set to the outside for Ramirez is going to go off the tape and fall down. Cyclones will go back to serve. It'll be Sullivan coming in to serve. (16-15), set number 1. Sullivan back to serve. Nice hard serve there. Goes off the upper arms and into the face of Minold and the back row for the Trojans. It's a Brett Powell Country Financial ace for Madeline Sullivan. She looks to do the same once again, and she will. Another Brett Powell Country Financial ace for Madeline Sullivan. Gives the Cyclones the lead right back, 17-16. And Sullivan will continue to serve. Another nice serve there off Minold. That was Ryan able to bump it through. Sullivan sets overhead to Shipman. Nice attack there. The short shot finds a home. Puts the Cyclones up to 18-16. Sullivan continues to serve. Another nice serve there. Handled by Berg. Set to the middle for McLean. Cyclones there. Sullivan bump sets it outside for Webster. Minold's under it. Set back out for Ramirez. Tips it over the blocks. A nice diving attempt there from Sullivan. Able to keep it up. Barkley tips it back over. Left-hand kill coming courtesy of McLean. Can't quite get it down. Nice defense in the back row once again by Minold. Free ball sent over. Sullivan sends it right back. Again, both teams just playing really, really solid defense. Sullivan, was it down? They initially whistled it was down, or they made the movement like it was. They're going to say it wasn't, but that one will be. Webster picks up the kill. That dump from Sullivan, I thought it hit the ground. I think everyone here on this side thought it did too. And like I said, the up judge initially was making the movement like it was. Sullivan serves a couple in a row, serves that one out of bounds, but she's given the Cyclones the lead here late in set number 1. Ryan back to serve, number 31. Elise Shell just checked in for the Trojans in the front row. Nice hard serve there from Ryan. Barkley with a nice attack. That one goes off the ceiling. Trojans are able to play it. Free ball sent over. Barkley, Sullivan, back out to Webster. That one's going to be hit into the net. Ryan continues to serve on the Elmwood side. Another nice serve. Starbuck digs it up in the back row. Reynoso in the middle. Nice attack there. Tom Conklin State Farm kill for J.C. Reynoso. Gives the Cyclones a side out. They lead by 2. Here's a serve from Webster. Short serve into the net. This will be Raylan McLean. The big lefty serving for the Trojans. Nice looping serve there. Barkley's able to come cover. Back set to Barkley. He's able to hit it off the blocks. Elmwood's there. Ramirez tips it up. Sullivan pops it up. Barkley sets to Shipman. Sends a looper over. Can't get it home for that one. And we are tied at 20 here in set number 1. Both these teams pretty evenly matched. Neither team has led by more than 3 or 4. That one, serve just going to fall a little bit short. I think she kind of tried to play that first one short too, McLean did. That one just a little bit too short. Reynoso back serving for the Cyclones. Dump there, Cyclones weren't ready for it. Nice dump there from Rin Kellenberger. Samantha centers. Back for the Trojans, 21-21, service error, side out back to the Cyclones as they pull within 3. Looking to put this set number 1 away. It'll be Macy Branch. Back for the Cyclones, once again, 22-21 is your score. Cyclones 3 points away. That one going to be bumped through by Berg. Starbuck. Branch quick sets to the middle for Adams, who pounds it off the blocks. Picks up the Brett Powell the Tom Conklin State Farm kill. Gives the Cyclones a 2-point lead. Nice serve there. Overpass. Webster's there. Branch back sets for Barkley. Nice attack, but once again, Trojans playing good defense initially, but the pass will just go a little bit out of the outstretched arms of Kellenberger, and the Cyclones now 1 point away. It'll be in the hands of Macy Branch to put set number 1 away. Nice serve there. Kellenberger bump sets. Berg sends it through. Starbuck, Branch, Barkley on the attack off the blocks. Kellenberger just kind of punches that one through. Branch will send it back. As Berg in the attack, and Cyclones, a little bit of a miss hit there. Will give the Trojans some life. Shell now back once again for the Trojans serving. Nice short serve there. Webster's able to dig it up. Sets to the outside. Webster there once again. Branch bump sets. Barkley bumps it through. Kellenberger sets to the outside for Berg. That one off the blocks. Nice block there from Adams. And they're going to say they crossed the line, I believe. So that'll be a set 1 winner for the Cyclones. 25-22 is your final score. We'll get that put on the short scoreboard. We'll take a quick break and be right back with you for set number 2. Once again, you're listening to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me. My entire pregnancy at MDH was amazing.
Find the right cycle combinations. Simply choose what and how you want to wash and dry to help keep clothes looking their best. Intuitive Controls, brought to you by Whirlpool.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
And back here once again in Colchester, Illinois at the home of the Cyclones. Cyclones JV team able to walk away with set number 1, 25-22 was your final score. Again, both of these teams pretty evenly matched. I've been pretty impressed with the Trojans' defense. Cyclones have had a lot of nice attacking opportunities, but that back row defense paying dividends, I should say, on the Trojans' side. Both teams talking things over. Having slow, unreliable internet just doesn't cut it In 2023, MTC Communications offers lightning-fast, reliable fiber internet, video, phone services, and camera systems to the McDonough, Henderson, and Hancock County areas. Visit mtc.crowdfiber.com to check your availability. For all your local news, subscribe to the Community News Brief Weekly Edition, mailed directly to your home every Friday. As an option, you can also receive Monday and Wednesday editions by email. All of this for only $42 per year or $38 per year if you're 65 or older. Single copies can be purchased at select locations in Bushnell, Colchester, and Blandonsville. Getting ready to get things underway here in set number 2. It'll be Ryan Berg, Madison Anthony, number 21, Brooke Allen, number 15, Samantha Sinners, and number 25, Raylan McLean, starting on the Trojan side. For the Cyclones, it'll be Starbuck, Branch, Barkley, Webster, Reynoso, and Hendricks. Starbuck starts with the serve, and that one will go into the net. Gives the Trojans an early lead, 1-0. That pass just a little bit too far out of the outstretched hands of the receiver. That'll be a turnover on down. Serve here, Ryan. Sets up Hendricks. Nice attack there, able to find a home from that one. Sometimes it's not about how hard you hit it, it's just about finding a home for it. Hendricks did that there. Side out back to the Cyclones. We are tied at 1 apiece. Sullivan comes in to serve. She was able to give the Cyclones the lead in set number 1. Looking to do much of the same here. And shouldn't have said anything. Commentator's curse comes back to bite me there. Serve goes into the net. Gianna Ramirez checks in for Samantha Sinners. Cheyenne Bergs with the serve. Barkley, Reynoso in the middle. Nice dig there from Berg, but pass goes into the net. Brings back Webster to serve on the Cyclone side. 2-2 is the score. This serve from Webster. Handled in the back row, bump set to the front. That one just kind of pushed through. 2 Cyclones fighting over that one. Neither one able to come away with it. Cleanly, at least. Number 10, Mackenzie Stage, comes in for the Trojans. She's looking to serve. That serve kind of off the side of her hand will fall out of bounds, side out back to the Cyclones. Again, both of these teams, neither team able to pull away, really. So allow that in the first set. Things shaping up to be pretty similar here in set number 2. Bump sets for Allen on the outside. That'll go off the hands of Barkley and out of bounds. So that'll bring up Raylan McLean. McLean serve. Starbuck hits it into the net. That one, they're going to say Sullivan was in the net, I believe. Yep, Sullivan was in the net there. Trojans got the lead up to 2, 5-3. Sullivan sets to the outside for Barkley. That one's going to go off the tape, I thought. They're going to say it went off the blocks. A kill there from Shipman is able to get down. Brings the Cyclones now down to just 1. Branch hits that one off stage. Barkley, Branch fight over it. Webster and Barkley trying to figure out who's going to take that one. No one did in the end. Brings back Sinners to serve on the Trojans side. They have the lead by 2. Starbuck to Branch. Branch sets the outside for Hendricks. That one tapped through. Berg able to dig it up. That one's going to be sent over by Allen just a little bit too far. Side out comes back to Cyclones' way. Barkley back serving. Allen sets to the middle for Ryan. Starbucks there on the Cyclone side. Adams attacks from the middle. This one back to the outside, off the blocks and down. Trojans able to hang on to this 2-point lead so far in this contest. It'll be Brooke Allen serving once again for the Trojans of Elmwood. And that's Cyclones will hit that one into the net. Lead extends out to 3. And mentioned this before, but neither team really able to pull, as that serve is going to be off the hands of Hendricks in the front row. That'll be a service ace for Allen. As I say, neither team able really to pull out to a big lead in set number 1. I believe 304 was the biggest. The Trojans have it up to 4 here now, as the Cyclones will take a timeout. We'll take a quick break as well. You're listening to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Well, I've always had an interest in the medical field, and then growing up, I actually went through physical therapy myself for an injury, and that got me back to playing my sports and the activities that I loved. So seeing that firsthand, I got to see how much physical therapy could really benefit others.
And back here in Colchester, once again, I want to give a big shout out to all of our fine sponsors who make these game streams possible. Good Hope Garden is located at 445 East Main Street, Good Hope. Open April through October, Monday through Friday, 10 to 6, and Saturday, 10 to 4. For all your fresh produce needs, be sure to follow their Facebook page for daily updates. Grover and Mary Jo DeCounter and family invite you to Good Hope Gardens. Come see where it's grown. Trojans lead at 9-5 in set number 2. Cyclones were able to win set 1. That hit from Adams will go out of bounds. Trojans will continue to roll. This serve from Allen goes off Barkley. Branch sets to the middle for Hendricks. She tips it, trying to find a home towards the near sideline. A little bit of miscommunication from the judges there. One pointed one way, the other pointed the other. It's never good when both hands don't know what they're doing. Adams pushes that one through. Cyclones scramble on defense. Branch sets back out for Webster. She'll hit that one off the net, and the lead has ballooned out to 7 now in favor of the Trojans. Courtesy of Brooke Allen on the serve. She served a couple in a row here now. Hendricks hits that one up in the front row. Starbuck sends the free ball over. Ryan sets, and that'll put an end to the run by the Trojans. Side out back to the Cyclones. They'll look to get some momentum here as they find themselves down 6. Starbuck back to serve. That serve might have went out of bounds. Goes not quite too sure what's going on there, but a point for the Cyclones. Of a weird situation there. He came off the back wall. No call was made initially. Branch back sets for Hendricks. She's able to hit that one over. Berg on the attack. Barkley trying to make something happen with it, but the nice kill there from Cheyenne Berg. Give a side out back to the Trojans. They lead 13-7. That'll bring back Paige Ryan, the freshman, serving. Nice jump serve there. Branch sets in the back row for Barkley. Getting nice defense up front, but can't quite get the pass where she wanted it to go. A couple subs coming in here for the Cyclones. It'll be Sullivan and Shipman. Sullivan will come back to serve. 13-8 now. Cyclones serving. That's Sullivan. Bump set to the outside for Berg. Cyclones dig it up. Sullivan sets for Webster. Hits it towards the far sideline. Can't get it down. Berg in the attack once again. That's going to be, they're going to say out of bounds. I don't think Cyclones fans are going to disagree with that. But that one was awfully close, if I do say so myself. Sullivan continues to serve. Berg sets in the middle for Anthony. Sullivan sets up for Shipman, sends it towards the near sideline. Can't get it down. This one set back outside for Berg. Big block at the net by the Cyclones. Gets them to double digits. They've closed this lead down to just 3. Sullivan continues to work. Nice serve there. Trojans able to come up with it. Free ball sent over. Sullivan to Webster once again, aiming for that back corner. Anthony sends that one off the net. Cyclones able to play good defense there. Reynoso with the big attack, but a good dig in the back row from Allen. Barkley sets up Sullivan, pulls out of the net to Webster, pounds that one off the blocks in, out of bounds. Tom Conklin State Farm kill for Kennedy Webster and the Cyclones as they have the lead down to 2. Nice volley there from both sides. Sullivan continuing to work on here on that Trojans lead. That serve is just out of bounds. Side out back to the Trojans, pushes the lead up to 3. Cheyenne Berg back serving now. Berg serve, tries to find home down the sideline, dumped over by Sullivan. That one goes down without an issue. Tom Conklin State Farm kill for Madeline Sullivan. Will bring back Webster to serve, side out for the Cyclones. Webster's serve falls a little bit short. Hasn't quite been able to find a home for that serve yet here tonight. Mackenzie Stage will serve for the Trojans. Her serve kind of short. Starbuck comes up from the back row to play it and can't quite get out of the way. Shipman was trying to get there. Service point for Stage. Her next serve, this one goes deep into the back row. Webster hits it off the lights. Starbuck's there. Sullivan sends it over. Nice recovery there by the Cyclones. Always tricky to play those ones off the ceiling. That one will go off the side of the hand of Raylene McLean. Side out back to the Cyclones. Been a while since they had the lead. Wouldn't it be a bad time to go on a run as we are starting to approach the end of set number 2. Reynoso serves, Stage. That one bumped up. Ramirez tried to just pop it over. Couldn't quite get under it far enough. Cyclones have the gap back down to 2 once again. Reynoso sends this one high into the back row. Will go off the hands of Berg. And that'll be a Brett Powell Country Financial ace for J.C. Reynoso. Looking to tie this game up here is Reynoso. Send another deep one to Berg. That one she's able to handle. Just kind of tapped over. Sullivan sets to Adams. That one off the blocks and off the hands of Stage. And Cyclones have this thing tied up at 16, able to claw their way back into this one. I believe the biggest lead was 6 by the Trojans. Cyclones fought all the way back. Looking to close this one out. Bumped to the outside for Allen, sends it through the block. Sullivan's there. Webster sets that one up. Adams and Barkley trying to help each other send it back over, but it'll land out of bounds. Side out back to the Trojans. he says as he puts the point on the Cyclone side. Big lefty serve there. Sullivan out for Barkley. That one's going to go off the tape and fall down on the Cyclone side. Trojans up 18-16 in set number 2. Again, if the Trojans are able to walk away with this one, we'll be looking at a set number 3, and that'll be an ace there, one step closer. That's Raylan McLean with the ace. Serve once again, this one a little bit shorter. Sullivan able to tip it through. Back out for Ramirez, sends it up over the blocks. Sullivan bumps it. Starbuck outside. Shipman hits it into the net. And the Cyclones will take a timeout. 20-16 is your score as we go into a break here in set number 2. Again, you're listening to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
At Country Financial, we enjoy serving the community in which we live, big or small.
I love living in the Blandonsville area. It's where I grew up, went to school, and decided to raise my family. I never had a desire to live or work anywhere other than in a small town. I feel lucky to help my longtime friends and neighbors with their insurance needs. It's like working with family every day.
I'm Brett Powell, your local Country Financial representative, whose door is always open to work with you.
Well, I've always had an interest in the medical field, and then growing up, I actually went through physical therapy myself for an injury, and that got me back to playing my sports and the activities that I loved. So seeing that firsthand, I got to see how much physical therapy could really benefit others.
Back here in Colchester, as the Cyclones had this thing tied at 15, but the Trojans able to roll up to a lead of 4 now. They continue to serve, dumped over by Sullivan. That one's going to fall down. That's a way to build momentum here as the Cyclones look to rally late. Branch will be back to serve on the West Prairie side. 20-17, got a little bit of work to do here. Nice serve there from Branch. That'll be a Brett Powell Country Financial ace for Macy Branch. She brings the Cyclones within 2. Branch is served this time. Elmwood's there. This one tapped through by Allen. Webster pops it up. Branch comes over, sets for Barkley. A left-hand attack there. Tom Conklin State Farm kill for Alexa Barkley. Cyclones now up to 19, 20-19. Branch continues to serve. She served 2 in a row now. Looking to make it more. Outside attack from Ramirez. Webster's able to cover. Branch sets back out for Barkley, attacking the far side. They're going to say inbounds. There it is. Tom Conklin State Farm kill once again for Alexa Barkley. And we are tied at 20, folks. Again, if the Trojans win this one, we'll be looking at a set number 3. If the Cyclones are able to walk away with it, we'll be going home. Well, not technically, but jeez. Crank Zone getting a little involved on that one, but Brett Powell Country Financial ace once again for Macy Branch gives the Cyclones the 1-point advantage here late. There is talks of maybe a replay as Crank Zone, as I mentioned, got a little involved on that last one. Replay will not be in order, but a Brett Powell Country Financial ace will be. Branch has done a nice job serving late. She's got 3 points to go to close out this set for the Cyclones. That one will be inbounds. Ooh. Cyclones fans, I think a little understandably upset at that one. I thought it was down initially too. They're going to say it's out. Side out back to the Trojans, and that'll be an ace there, and this thing is tied. And what a way momentum can shift just with one call just like that. You know, it's really close there on the far sideline, but it goes in the Trojans' favor, and we'll see how that plays out towards the end of this set number 2. Starbuck bumps it up for Branch. Branch back to Barkley. That one will go off the net and down. Cyclones able to get the side out. Now 2 points away. Barkley will come back to serve. Tom Conklin State Farm kill for Barkley. She's had a couple of those here tonight. Barkley's serve can't quite come over. And we'll be at 23s. Again, if you're listening to us, make sure to let us know where you're listening to us from, who you're rooting for. Madison Anthony checks in on the Trojan side. It'll be Brooke Allen back to serve the freshman. Serve there. Barkley pops it up. Branch to the middle for Hendricks. Hits it off the side of her hand. Trojans now just 1 point away from closing out set number 2. They led for a majority. Cyclones able to fight back. Got it tied at 16-16. And, of course, here late. Webster gets that one down. Tom Conklin State Farm kill for Kennedy Webster on the outside. And we're now tied at 24. J.C. Reynoso checks in for the Cyclones. Starbuck comes back to serve. Again, this is win by 2. First team to get a 2-point advantage here late will be the winner. Brett Powell Country Financial ace is just what the Cyclones ordered from Abby Starbuck. And now the Cyclones are 1 point away from winning this one. Falls in the hands of Starbuck. Her serve, that's going to be down and good. Brett Powell Country Financial ace is how we'll end set number 2. And that'll be a game winner for the Cyclones. 26-24 in set number 2. 25-22 in set number 1. Great way to start the night if you're a Cyclones fan. 2 closely contested sets, but the Cyclones able to come out on top in both. So we'll get things wrapped up here on TSSR Game Time Live. Once again, if you are new here, first-time listener, the varsity stream will be played. It'll be on the same YouTube channel. Just go down to the YouTube channel underneath this video. Click on that, and the stream will get started basically about 5 minutes before start time of the varsity contest. So for John Burton and Will Phelps on the camera, this has been TSSR's presentation of Cyclones JV Volleyball. We hope to see you for the varsity contest, folks.